Hello classmates, students in Dan Kelly's GEDU 520 class. Welcome. This is my presentation on reciting my philosophy of education and picking the one or two learning outcomes that I feel most proud of accomplishing this semester. I'm going to try and do mine a little bit differently. I'm no actress. I look a mess right now. I'm kind of doing this impromptu. I was trying to think of something really creative to do. So what I'm going to do is kind of do a mock interview. So I'm going to be switching seats, so it's going to be a little weird. And I'm going to kind of fast forward it to the part where the principal is asking me about my educational philosophy. And, I'm going to kind of blabber on and kind of read it a little bit of what I wrote. So, here we go. I'm the principal. So, Kimberly, what is your educational philosophy? Well, Mr. Principal, one of the things that I do know is that the archetypal teacher doesn't exist. And there's a method to every educator's madness. Apparently several methods according to philosophies. What was once considered individualism and personality is actually shaped by educational applications of philosophies, and all professionals have philosophies that guide their practice. One thing about me, what I can say is undisputedly education, I believe, is the key and cornerstone to a quality life and a successful future. Sorry, I'm reading this down there. It's a little weird, but like I said, I'm trying to be creative. I'm no Halle Berry or anything, or Gabrielle Union or anything. Anyway, learning is also a student's way to explore and experience the world, and it spans a person's entire life, hence the term lifelong learner. And that is my biggest goal, is to ensure that my students are lifelong learners. My main educational philosophy that I identify with the most is the Reconstructionist approach. I believe every person has a purpose in life, and in order to affect the world and achieve their greatest potential, they must be educated and empowered. Reconstructionists such as myself believes society is in need of constant change, and that education is needed to complete these changes. In addition to that, John Dewey's emphasis on the democratic process in reference to education impacts all educational philosophies. So I'll be utilizing quality instruction and curriculum aligned with the democratic process and the Reconstructionist philosophy, and this will help my students develop into informed social change agents. And I will accomplish this by following the advice of many other researchers and philosophers. With that, a teacher's primary goal should be to help students master essential content, and this ensures they develop into literate and skilled citizens prepared to compete in and compel in advancing society. Now, that all sounds like a bunch of technical jargon and mumbo jumbo, I know, and that's all great and wonderful. But at the end of the day, what I can tell you, I lost my place here, that my declaration as an educator is developing my philosophy for education is one of the most important decisions of my professional life, and by making this determination, I am in essence deciding what kind of teacher. I think I'm missing some pages, guys. I'll get it right in a minute. Here it is, I found it. Will be, and ultimately how I will influence the kinds of knowledge that is emphasized to students. Furthermore, I will remember that teaching encompasses the universal law of sowing and reaping. I am not only in a position to give, but also to receive, because my role duality as a teacher and as a student. I will remember that as a mentor to my students and as the facilitator to their learning experience, I too am a lifelong learner and will consistently seek ways to improve and better myself as an educator, mentor, and public servant, so that I can always wholly serve my students and my community, and in turn groom students who will grow to do the same and be the same. Very interesting, Kimberly. Well, very well put. I like your very candid style of interviewing. If you leave your resume with my secretary, we'll definitely be in touch. It was very nice to meet you. It was very nice to meet you too. Thanks. Bye, guys.